25th today, back in the gym. Day off today, so I was feeling good. Felt like a squat and a bit of an RDL day today, but got to the squat rack, put the bar on my back, and just didn't feel amazing. Like, I've already mentioned I usually do about 15-20 minutes of stretching before I leave home. I ride my bike to the gym, which is about a 5-minute warm-up for the legs, and then I get to the gym and I do a couple sets with the bar, and then I do a little bit more just mobility work with the hips. And yeah, to be honest, it just didn't feel that great. I only filmed the one set with the bar, but I did about 3. I don't know, just not feeling good through the hip flexors. Maybe I need to do some more leg press or something else to activate them or to strengthen them. But yeah, just didn't feel great. I just put the 60 kilos on my back and did a few sets of 5 with that, hoping that maybe I'd be able to warm into it a little bit, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. I went up to 80 kilos anyway, but I was only doing 80 kilos for like 3 reps, and I only did 3 or 4 sets, and then I sort of just went, nah, it's just not feeling good. A little bit of probably fatigue in my upper hamstrings and lower back, probably like the dips, the reverse hyper kind of movement with the bar on my back 2 days in a row, potentially could have added to a little bit of lack of mobility there. Just feel like I wasn't getting to my squatting depth as fluidly as I would have liked. So that was probably the main reason why I just wasn't feeling on. Definitely think I'll try again tomorrow and just see how I go. Maybe it was just in terms of mobility, needing more stretching or needing more warming up or something like that. But who knows? Look, so I did these squats, worked my way up to 80 kilos on the back, did a couple sets of 3 with 80 kilos, and then I went on to RDLs because I haven't done RDLs in quite a while. The gym's sort of halfway through my holiday, I think, so probably about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago was the last time I did RDLs. And then I just started messing around with a few rack pulls. To be honest, it was just interesting to see what they did. I saw a couple other videos on YouTube that involved rack pulls and said they're good for improving on your deficit areas, and using using the engagement of those muscles in your back, your traps, your lats, lower back, core, to lift the bar. Basically the version of a deadlift without the leg drive, pretty much. So I messed around with a couple of sets of that, did some RDLs beforehand, and then did some rack pulls, and then did some RDLs after. And it was just a little bit of a feeling out session for me. With those, I just wanted to know sort of what I could pull, and then I was like, I'll pull it with a shrug variation, and then I went back to doing RDLs with a shrug. And look, overall, the back felt good. It just felt good to lift some heavier weights doing that. I think only previously, when I was doing RDLs before I went on holiday, I was doing with 15 kilos either side, plus a bar, that's 50 kilos. And I worked my way up to 60 kilos when I was on holiday, and I felt like that was a strain, and now I'm doing them 80 kilos. And I was just finding out the rep range I could do, so I can pretty much do 5 or 6 reps with 80 kilos and do that for sets, multiple sets. Not no worries, but like enough to cause, enough fatigue in the muscle to, definitely add to some breakdown and some rebuild and regrowth of the muscle, and add to some gains there in my strength. So I did those, and then I sort of went back to doing the squat afterwards, just seeing if maybe doing a pull motion or something like that would activate anything else, make the squat feel better. It did make the squat feel better, so I just did 1 set of 5 with 60 kilos on the back, and then I just left the squat. I went, nah, look, not worth it today. If I keep pushing it, something's going to pop, something's going to click, something's going to tear, so just left that. And then, just mixed up the loo raises in between as well. It's something I haven't been doing a huge amount since I've come back, but I did them a few times the other day, and I really sort of fell in love with them, and just how good they are, man, for warming. Getting those shoulders warm, and using your back muscles as well as an accessory, like just like a completely underrated and overlooked exercise, I feel, in developing your shoulders and your upper back. But look, all in all, when I'm looking back at this video, the squatting doesn't actually look terrible. It looks a lot better on video than what it feels. It looks like I'm getting enough depth, maybe 70% of the time, but it looks like I'm moving the weight okay. But yeah, look, when I was feeling it, just wasn't feeling it in the hip flexors. It's definitely something that I'm still sort of learning through the hands, a bit of trial and error with the RDLs and things like that, just to see how they're going. I was just wondering if they will, help improve my trap bar deadlift and things like that, which is the main sort of deadlift I'm going on. But I think it'll slowly gear me up towards more conventional barbell deadlifts as well. I think I've mentioned previously that I haven't always been too keen on them because I feel like at key points in the movement, especially at the start, I tend to arch my back if the weight's slightly heavy, like not even ridiculously heavy. Could be 80 kilos, which is something that I will almost warm up with a trap bar deadlift. But on a conventional barbell lift, I feel like I'll round my back a little bit and compromise my form. So these RDLs will also be a way to warm me into that a little bit and just get me used to that motion, especially dragging the bar up across your shins and your knees from that front-on position, and making sure you're trying to keep your center of gravity all in one line and all over one spot on the ground. But all in all, like, I'm recording this many hours after the gym now, and I feel quite good from them. And like I said the other day, the pulling motion, I think, physiologically, genetically, historically, we're much better pullers than pushers. So I feel like when I'm doing these pulling movements in the gym, I feel like I'm a lot healthier and a lot stronger. And I feel like the more pulling movements I do, the stronger I feel, within myself when I'm lifting weights at the gym. And definitely just doing these rack pulls here as well, I just liked the priming of my CNS when I was doing this as well. And I just said, oh yeah, I'll do a rack pull of 80 kilos, see how I feel. Oh yeah, did the 80 kilos, wonderful. Let's go up to 90 kilos, see how that feels. Just go a little bit, and then I went, oh yeah, 90 kilos with a shrug, feels pretty good. Let's try 110 something. I've been trap bar deadlifting and almost struggling with, actually, to be honest. So then I go up to 110 kilos on the trap bar on the rack deadlift, and I do it quite well with a shrug. And then I think, look, that's probably enough playing around today. If I want to do more, I can later. It's unfortunate the supports for the bar on this rack don't go as low as I want them. I'd probably want them to go a couple rungs lower, but there's a couple little screws in there, so I can't actually drop those down to the bottom rung. They have to go 2 off the bottom to work, unfortunately. So look, I've got to have a look around. I think maybe the rack over next to me might allow me to lift them just slightly lower, because it sort of lines up with just the tip of my shin, just under my knee. Obviously I want them to probably be picking it up from almost where I'm doing my RDLs from, just that mid to upper mid shin, giving me probably a couple more centimeters, an inch or so, just a little bit lower in the movement. Noticed also that just doing the 80 kilos, my grip got quite tired quite quickly, and I started to cramp in the forearms. So I got the lifting straps out just to help there. One thing I definitely need to improve is my grip strength. My grip strength is terrible. And I'm one of those people as well that pops their knuckles quite a lot as well. And I know if you pop your knuckles a bit, it's not the old wives' tale that you get arthritis, but I know if you pop your knuckles, you get definitely decreased grip strength from it as well. So it's something I'll need to improve on. It was something that I used to have a lot of when I played cricket, because obviously you're gripping the bat quite tightly, and if you're batting for hours and hours, long periods of time, you work on your grip strength and you get really good forearms from it. And I always notice that coming back from like an off season into the start of cricket season, I'd come back and for the first 2 weeks I'd have really sore forearms because I just wasn't used to gripping the bat. And obviously, if you're playing shots and like that, you're using your wrists and you're using your forearms and you're using your grip strength. So I used to have really good grip strength, but I haven't played cricket in a few years. So it's all sort of faded away. So I probably need to get one of those hand pump things that does your grip strength, just to improve my strength there, because I'd love to be able to be lifting 100 kilos on the barbell without without wraps on my hands and lifting straps. Yeah, like just as a personal goal for me. There's no probably particular reason or benefit that would be to my training, but just I think it would be nice to be able to lift 100 kilos unaided, which would be fantastic. But look, I'm probably gonna leave it there. These are the squats at the end that I'm doing. That just didn't feel well. You'll see my face in a second when I finish. I just shake my head and go, no, it's not on today. And that was the session today. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, cheers. Have a good one.